staples for Enlightened World Network. So we're really happy to be growing our family. So welcome, Jane.
Thank you. And thank you for that, Deb. I mean, for allowing us to be part of Enlightened World Network. We're just so delighted with that and feel with the things that are happening. I'm going to talk about that a little today, that it's an important time for all of us to come together. It's like, this is what we've been waiting for.
I know
So I'm very excited.
it's growing our global family.
Right.
And
Exactly.
it feels really good.
It
And
does.
it's heart-centered, it's soul-centered, as you would say. And
Right.
and it just feels really great. So we're very excited to have you here with us.
Thanks. Thanks again.
You're welcome. So what are you going to lead us in today?
Well, the times I've been here with meditation today, I've been doing the process that is close to my heart. Actually, it's a heart-centered process called soul centering. And I'm going to do that again today. I think sometimes, well, maybe I should be doing something different, and there are other possibilities. But to me, this is the essence of where we want to be right now. And there's so much to explore there. It's almost like you can't do it too much. Certainly not if it's only once a month that I'm here. And who knows? I do what I feel guided to do each time, and it just feels like that's going to be it again.
And
So,
and and I love your soul centering meditation. So I think it is wonderful for everybody to experience this. So I'm very happy that you're doing that today.
oh,
And
thank you.
it is your passion, and I totally agree with you. So I'm going to hand this over to you.
Okay, sounds good. And thanks again. Well, since the last time I was here for this, which was just a few weeks ago, most of us have settled into a lifestyle that's really very different from what we knew at any time before. And it's it's not a test of our spiritual strength that we would have asked for. I don't think most of us. But here we are, and it feels now like it's the right time to focus on the opportunities that are presenting themselves. Like, well, just like what we were talking about a couple minutes ago about coming together in the Enlightened World Network. It's this, I think, with all obstacles, there are opportunities inherent in them. And this is a particularly poignant time for that. So I wanted to explore first, before I go into the actual process, five of the most important opportunities that to me seem to be presenting themselves right now to transform society, because this is a societal it's like a rest from all of the momentum that we were in, that was going, at least from my perspective, in a really challenging direction. So the first one, number one, which we referred to already, is love. And I feel that the absence of love is the essence of the problem that we're facing now. Recognizing at a deeper level of the value of loving ourselves and one another. And I'm going to share more about that too today. The second one is having a deeper purpose. And I think the pandemic is giving most people time to reflect and an awareness of their mortality that evokes a desire for bringing more meaning into their lives and our lives. So it's a wonderful opportunity to find a deeper purpose, I think, personally and collectively as a society, seeing ourselves more together, which brings up the third one, which is community. And as a society, we're also recognizing the importance of caring for each other. And it's been, I think, for those of us who are heart centered, it's been sad to see how hatred has really been so prevalent in society recently. Another one, which, and these are also good for us, is taking care of ourselves. Because here we are, we're in a place where we have to keep our immunity up in order to be in a good place to be healthy. And so now we have to be diligent, more diligent about our health. And the fifth one is faith, hope, and trust. And I think this is also a time that challenges our belief in God, in our creator, in that it raises the question, well, why has God abandoned us in this way? And that, of course, is an assumption that's a perspective that may actually not be recognizing the opportunity that's here actually for a transformation in society. But it is a question that comes up. And I think that really at this point, the thing that is provides the best opportunity for us to feel comfortable with where we now are those things, faith, hope, and trust, because we don't know what's going to happen. And yet I think I can see Deb too, we have faith that where everything is in divine order, that God is taking us in the direction that's right for us. And for me, that's enough to make me feel comfortable with where I am. And actually, having since the last time I was here, even I've seen there's such a change in how people are feeling about it. I think we have actually settled into this. And that's kind of surprised me just personally. For a while I would wake up every morning and then I would remember, oh, it's the pandemic again. And I'm not waking up with that anymore. It's kind of like, well, here we are, and it isn't like kind of something I have to deal with. It's just here we are. So it feels really good. And so these are the kinds of things that we can explore with the soul centering process that I'm going to do with really it because it connects you with your inner guidance and wisdom. So from there, you can ask questions and gain more insight to your purpose, to ways to take care of yourself, how to have more faith, hope, and trust, all those things. And of course, the essence of it is love, which we'll explore. And it shows you how love really is the solution. So, the soul centering process is basically a simple process of connecting with the love you hold in your heart, and I would say heart and soul, with the heart also being the bridge to your soul and really the place where the spiritual realms connect most firmly in the body. Some people call it the spiritual bridge, and I like that as a metaphor because I think it's like there we're in this one reality, and if we go over this bridge we can be in a completely different place. It When I found this myself, it was now 3 decades ago, a long time ago, but I value it as much now as I did then, and it really transformed my life doing it every day. So that is something I want to just suggest as an opportunity for people who want to have a deeper connection with their own inner truth and wisdom and all the guidance that you can receive from above, and plus just the experience of embracing more love. Actually, it's good for everything about you, including your immune system and your health. So why not? So one more thing before we start. Um, as you do this, you might just want to connect with that energy in your heart and soul as a resource and allow it to unfold in a natural way. You may also have something in mind to explore, like one of the areas we just discussed. And this will put you into a place where you can really get insights that are, you could say, from another perspective, or even another dimension because you put yourself into a more loving space. So, with that, I'm ready to start. And the place to start is just by gently closing your eyes. And as you do this, notice how you're feeling now, physically and emotionally, in terms of stress and tension in your body, because this will provide an opportunity to evaluate before and after how it is after you are able to center in that heart and soul space. So now just take some nice slow breaths, inhaling deeply and exhaling gently as you start to let go and feel the tension melting from your body. So as you inhale, just imagine filling your lungs completely with beautiful, pure, clear energy. And doing that, breathing in deeply is fully embracing life. So you want to take those nice deep breaths, embracing your life. And then exhaling completely is completely releasing. So as you exhale completely, you're releasing as I mentioned, any tension. You might notice discordant energy around you or anything that just doesn't feel right. You can let go of it now. And as you do this, you can focus on sending some of that beautiful energy into the area around your brain, your mind. With each inhale, allowing your cells in your brain to relax now and just release any thoughts that you don't need in this moment. Your rational mind wants to participate. And this is the time to suggest just let go for now. And you can come back and share your responses when we're done. And as I do that, I often imagine little bubbles, like cartoon bubbles, and all the thoughts are just drifting away in those little bubbles. And as you do that, you might notice also you just feel more present in the moment, which is just beautifully, I think, harmonizing. And also with this, your intention is very powerful, more powerful really than most of us realize that with our intention, we can ask any energy that's not our own to leave our space and it has to go. So this is a good time just to ask any energy that's not your own. You might have picked it up from other people or other places. Just ask it lovingly to go back where it came from. So you can just be in your own space in your body now. And also notice as you become clearer that you can allow your body and your mind to relax and also stay alert so that you can continue to listen to the words that I'm saying and to feel clear about the perceptions that you're having. And another thing which is interesting was we leave little bits of ourselves in other places, in other times, other areas of the world. And now you want to bring all of your own energy back to you so that you can be fully present. So you can just ask any energy that you've left in other places to come back to you now in your body. And you might feel it. You might feel like more of you is coming back. It's also then a good time to notice that you can feel more comfortable, more relaxed, and more free just to be yourself now. You also might want to notice how you feel now compared with how you felt when you started the process, with just relaxing for a couple moments and breathing and noticing a few things. So now you're more free to be yourself, maybe to be more relaxed, and also to open to the divine, which is our next step. So as you continue now, focus on sending that beautiful, clear energy and light into the area around your heart, where the loving energy of your soul connects with your body. So you can imagine sending loving energy into your heart so that with each breath, there's more and more love in your heart. And this you might notice as an energy that is becoming more intense in your heart area. You might also, if you're more visual, you might notice it as a light that becomes brighter as you breathe more love in there. And as you notice that, just allow that love from your heart to start radiating out throughout your body so that every cell of your body can be touched with this love. And you might notice as you do this that your cells start to tingle, your body starts to tingle. Your cells love love. Sometimes I imagine a little heart, putting a little heart in every cell. And I think they like that. So then you can also, as that light radiates out and that love, just allow it then to radiate out all around you. So it fills that whole space around you that is your energy field. It's like a ball of light that you're surrounded with. And as you do this, also allow that area around you to expand. You're free right now just to be you. We contract ourselves a lot of times feeling like we have to do that to fit into society, like we have to be less ourselves and more like everybody else. Well, in this moment, all you need is to be you. So you can just expand out as much as you want. And technically there is no separation. So you might just even sense yourself as being part of all that is. And notice how this feels. And as you do this, in some cases, it is possible that some discomfort might come up in a person's heart. And I mention this just because it simply means that your heart is protecting itself. And this is an opportunity also with the love to just breathe into it and allow it to release more. And as you release more of whatever you've been holding in your heart, like fear of fear of people attacking you or whatever it is, just allow that to gently release with your breath, and know that that's a process. Opening fully to the love we hold in our hearts is a process. It's something actually we learn and practice. And this brings us actually to kind of, you could say, the best part, which is noticing the bright light above you, which is your source, God, the oneness, our creator. And just invite that light from above to send even a higher vibration of divine love down through your body. So it comes in through the top of your head. And again, filling your body with this higher frequency of love and energy, and allowing it to radiate all through your body down to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. And again, spilling out, filling that whole space around you with this higher frequency. And just notice how that feels. And if this would be a time too, if you had something specific that you wanted to focus on, you can just ask a question or just notice if there's a message for you, because you're in a different place probably than you were when you started. I know I am. And I focus on love quite a bit. So there may be a message, there may be a solution to something that you're seeking. And this is something you can return to on your own too by coming back to this place. And something that I really like to do is to ask a question and then write the answer down. And what this does is it bypasses the rational mind, which will want to question whether the question is right or whether the answer is right, or if you're just imagining it, or you go into all of that. And it doesn't happen so much. It's like what is termed automatic writing. So you can do that. And that alone, I think, with the soul centering really transformed my life. I was looking for my own guidance. I knew that there wasn't anyone else who could provide wisdom more than myself, but I didn't know how to do it for such a long time. And when I found it, it really changed everything. And I wanted to, before we finish, also share with you the Dream of Awakenings Institute, because it is all about how we can transform the world with love. Awakenings Institute is the nonprofit organization my husband Philip and I co-founded and direct now. And this, I think, this awareness really also changed my perspective on my purpose when I had this realization of how simple the solution is. So here we go. Imagine a world where love is the guiding force, where the unique gifts that each individual brings receive honor and respect, where all are nurtured in allowing their gifts to blossom, to manifest the joy of living in each moment. Imagine a world where all of nature is also honored, so all may live in harmony and share an increasingly vibrant and beautiful environment. What we imagine we can create, starting at this moment. This vibrant world will come into being as each of us empowers ourselves to live the dream now and share it with others. As you do this, you might also just imagine a planet in front of you, and and here's some more that you can actually visualize as we're doing this. Playing a part in the creation of this dream is the mission of Awakenings Institute. In this dream, there is no poverty because everyone is nurtured and loved. So you can imagine a planet where everyone is nurtured and loved. Could there possibly be anyone who is in poverty? This love also eliminates the focus on fear and separation as we bridge the divisions created by race, creed, and national borders to coexist together in harmony. And again, if everyone was coming from a loving place, how would this be? The environment synchronously benefits everyone as people all over the world shift their focus to a more holistic approach that creates balance rather than congesting our home planet with chemicals and toxic fumes. And I've often felt that that was the solution too to pollution, that as we raise our own our own consciousness, that it's going to naturally go away. So, increasing our connections with our wholeness, which we may experience as God, the creator, source, or simply oneness, this brings us closer to making this dream a reality. We have an inherent connection with divine order. And as we evolve spiritually, we unite more with our inner wisdom, which in turn strengthens our connection with all that is. This evolutionary quest is an upward spiral, taking us to higher levels of consciousness and wholeness. And so, also in this moment, we can allow that love to radiate out each and every one of us from ourselves into the world, surrounding the planet with love. And I personally believe that doing this, just being wherever you are, even if you are in a stay home order, if you're radiating love out into the world, you're making probably one of the most valuable contributions you can make to our evolution at this time. It's a beautiful, beautiful thought for the world, beautiful dream. And with this, it's time to shift your awareness back to present time and just feel yourself now. Notice yourself more in your body with your feet firmly on the floor. And as you continue to breathe, you can breathe in more active energy now, returning to your normal waking state. Also, knowing that you can take this with you. It's not like you're here or there. It's like you can be in your body, in the moment, radiating love and going about your activities during the day, which to me is my ultimate goal, to remind myself to breathe love and to be love. I think in the long term, what we call soulfulness is a state you can reaffirm throughout the day. And it's just so easy, even slowing down and taking a few nice breaths and stopping momentums can change everything. And then, of course, if it's loving breaths, that's even better. It's the way to maximize your resourcefulness because you're connected with your own inner truth, and also a way you can bring down the perfect energy from above to make you feel most joyful and alive in challenging times like these. So that's the soul centering process. And thank you for the opportunity, Deb.
It is my pleasure and joy and Enlightened World Network.
Oh, thank you.
That was so beautiful, Jane. I
Oh, thank
love
you.
the soul centering meditation, and I love all of the wisdom that flows through. It is absolutely, it's divine perfection. You hear it coming through.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's such a simple thing, and the we hear the and people say, "Well, love is the solution. Love is the solution." But it's kind of like, well, and then there's this, and it's like it kind of comes and goes. But it is so true. if you think about it, if everybody was coming from a loving place, how different the world would be.
Mhm. Yeah. And what an awesome tool to help people get heart centered and find
Right.
their heart. So, so that in itself is just awesome because it gives people a way to connect within themselves.
Right. Right. That's free. That's another good thing.
It is
Love
great.
is free.
Thank goodness. Thank
Right.
goodness. Uh, and such a beautiful vision that you have of the world, and Awakenings Institute's vision of how you see things, and that we create that world together. So
Right.
it is a lovely vision for all of us to sit and meditate on.
Yeah, I would agree.
Mhm.
And I think it was interesting when Philip and I were starting our work really in the 1990s. It was when California was supposed to fall off into the ocean, and so we started doing these like the earth healing meditations, which is where then we did the one of envisioning the world, and then doing those things that I mentioned, just saying, well, if everybody was loving each other, what would it do to poverty? What would it do to starvation? And I thought, wow, this isn't as hard as I think. Although the hard part is convincing people that it is a viable solution. People think it's like up here, but it actually isn't practical. I think it's the most practical of all possibilities.
The most practical and most natural, because that's who each one of us are.
Right, right. Yeah, and it's self-affirming. It's just well, all the things that I started with. Having a deeper purpose, connecting with your community, taking care of yourself.
Mhm.
Having that faith, hope, and trust that are in these times difficult for many people to come by.
Right.
It's there. If you connect, it's like, okay, we're here for a reason, and something good is going to come from this.
Something wonderful is going to come from it, no doubt.
Hmm.
God is
Yeah, well,
good.
one of my favorite affirmations for the day, kind of, which I have things I tell myself, is something wonderful is happening today, and I'm going to find out what it is. And then, if you look for something wonderful, of course, you can find it.
Uh,
If you look for something awful, you can find that too, but it's a choice.
it's true. Well, I'm so happy that something wonderful happened here.
Me too. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, so Jane, can you please tell people how to get in touch with you?
Yeah, yeah, and there are a couple things that come to mind. The first is we have the soul centering online, actually, on our website, and it's a long the page the page name is long, so we created a tiny URL for it. It's tinyurl.com/soul center, so they can go there. If they want to see Awakening's Dream, our website is actually gettingthrough.org, which is gettingthru.org. And if you go to gettingthrough.org/awakenings, then you'll see kind of the essence of what the organization is about. And the dream is on the page if you want to copy that and contemplate on it, or just read it. It still makes me feel good to read it. After all these years, every time I read it, it reinforces my belief. And so it's there. And there's one other thing. We just created a spiritual first aid course, a short course. It has 5 classes. They're all done now, and those are online also. And you can find that at tinyurl.com/spiritual dash aid. So those are a few things. And then the website is huge. You can look around for a long time. There are a lot of different parts to it. Gettingthrough.org/holistic kind of provides an overview of all of the programs and things that we have.
Great resources for everybody to take advantage of.
Yeah, there are blogs. We have different parts of the website, and each one has a blog. So there are lots of blog posts that you can look into. There's just a lot there. We started the website in the late 90s, so it's big.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a lot of
Can't
years.
help it. Keeps growing.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you again for joining us. It is our pleasure, and we'll have you back again.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome. And tomorrow, Sunday, at 10 a.m., we have our 30-minute silent meditation where Ruth Anderson and Terry Angel and I are there in the background meditating with everyone. And it's almost like a 30-minute silent meditation, which is very powerful. And at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern, we are also going to do a Come to the Circle where Terry will be leading with a talking stick. So we will see you there. And in the meantime, you have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care. Bye bye.
bye bye.